WrestleMania weekend. WrestleMania weekend. WrestleMania weekend. Aren't you so excited?
Of course.
I know. I'm so excited. Welcome to Freaked Out with your psychic medium host, Liz. Okay. Take two. Welcome to Freaked Out with your co-hosts, Liz and Landen.
Sup, everybody?
It is a WrestleMania weekend.
Best weekend of the year. One of them.
Well, for us anyway. This is like our holiday, and it comes right before, sometimes right after my birthday.
Yep, usually on your birthday.
Next year, it's actually on my birthday.
Which is exciting. Hopefully we get to go to that one.
I want to go.
Yes.
We need to manifest this happening.
Yes.
As you can tell, we're really excited about wrestling. So today we decided to do a WrestleMania prediction video.
So many people. We have a few of our fans that always ask us all the time. They're like, when can you guys do a prediction for wrestling, like WrestleMania or a pay-per-view? I have finally talked Liz into it. And so here we are. We're going to do WrestleMania 41.
And if you guys want to see this happen, we're totally down to do anything like this on pay-per-views or yearly, whatever the case may be. We're also even thinking about doing
the dark side of the ring is something we've also been asked from our fans to do as well. They want us to look into seeing how much of that is true. So we're going to be starting to dive into that as well.
Yeah, so let us know which topics you would like to see here, because there are a lot.
So many.
If you don't know this about us, we are WWE wrestling fanatics. We never miss anything.
We watch it all, every single thing.
So this is our jam, which is why we're here today. And this is for fun. I think this is a fun prediction.
This is a fun prediction. I think this is fun and light. A lot of people want us to do crazy things.
Sometimes we need to have a little fun.
Yeah, sometimes we need to just bring lighthearted stuff. All you negative Nancys out there. We also know that most of this is staged. We know that it's already pre-written and that these are characters and these are a storyline. We are just simply going to tell you what we think they're going to do with the storylines and how they're going to go.
And to mention on the realness of it, yes, the storyline is the only thing fake about it, because everything else
real wrestling
is
moves.
Real.
Yep.
Absolutely. They put their bodies on the line every single day. And it depends on the wrestler. Yeah. Some wrestlers pull punches, some don't.
And some don't. Absolutely. I mean, as we've seen recently, with like Gunther specifically.
He does not pull punches.
Beating the hell out of Jimmy and all that blood. Like, he is not a punch puller. Exactly. He's not. There is some that are like, no, I'm not doing that.
Alrighty. We're going to start on night one. Now, we do have match cards.
Night one.
Right? They may differ. They might change things before we actually get to WrestleMania. But from what we know on match cards, we're going to talk about all of the predictions from night one and then night two. Okay, so first match we're going to talk about is the World Heavyweight Champion match between Gunther and Jey Uso.
Boo to Gunther. I hate that guy. Exactly. We are huge
Jey
Uso fans.
Love him.
You know what? I could wear my Yeet shirt too.
We should wear our Yeet shirt. Why am I not wearing my Yeet shirt right now?
Yeah, I don't know, because that's a match that's actually going to happen. Alexa, sadly,
isn't going to be in it. And the doll, might I add, you can go buy the doll right now and it'll get shipped to you. Why is ours taking forever?
Right at the pre-orders. Like, that's booty.
Right.
Anyways, back to this Gunther versus Jey. Yeet all the way. Definitely Jey for the win.
I agree. So I believe that there's going to be a Jimmy aspect to this match as well. So he might be the valet. He might come out a little later in the match, give his brother a hug, love, kisses, whatever. But I definitely feel like it's going to be a long match, a hard match. And I really think that Jey is going to pull it out. He's going to win, and the belt's going to be his. So I'm so excited about this.
Yeah, I agree. I do think that Jey's definitely getting the win. And I also think that it's going to be the most grueling match ever. Like Gunther is no holds bar. Like
No.
he is a psycho. So he is definitely going to give Jay a run for his money. Jay is going to come out. I also believe there's going to be an interference. I'm not sure if it's going to be Jimmy or not, but I do believe it is. It potentially could be Jimmy. But what I do believe it definitely is going to be is somebody in favor of Jay. Do I think they're going to maybe mess in the match? Maybe not. I think maybe just to intimidate Gunther, throw him off his game a little bit, something. But Jay is going to get the win.
Kaiser. I think Kaiser's going to come out.
I was going to say, I also believe...
To announce Gunther.
Oh, to announce Gunther. I also feel like Kaiser, though, as soon as the person comes out for Jay, Kaiser's going to come out and interfere, and that's going to kind of cause maybe something between them.
Possibility.
Which is the reason why I don't believe it's Jimmy.
I can already hear Jay's entrance music. Like, it's already getting me going. I think this is going to be the first match. It's going to be amazing. And yes.
The main event, Jay Uso winning this championship. He deserves it. I have been calling this for a long time. I can't wait.
It's been like something in the making.
I knew they were going to make him work for it.
Oh,
I was
of course.
Like, they're going to make
God
him
forbid.
work so hard, and getting attacked by Gunther weekly. And then the last attacking Jimmy, not so good. That's going to drive Jay literally to the brink of death just to get this belt.
I don't disagree with you there. All right, next up, singles match, which will be between LA Knight and Jacob Fatu.
Ooh, this is tough. Although I would like LA Knight to retain, sadly, I believe they're going to give it to Jacob. I do think they're going to give it to Jacob. I feel like they've been pushing him really hard. He also has been working really hard to get there. But as soon as Jacob Fatu wins this belt, I think that Solo is going to come out and spear Jacob right in the ring. I feel like this is going to start a feud between them to end up being some sort of like for the belt for the next tribal chief spot, like all of that. Because as we remember previously, Roman was supposed to be giving Solo the tribal chief position. And then all of a sudden, Jacob Fatu comes in, and now he's doing way better than Solo. Solo's a very jealous person, as we've seen previously. So I believe that that's just going to drive Solo to like spear the hell out of him and be like, all right, now I'm going to get this belt, and I'm also going to be the next tribal chief.
My take on it is I don't like either one of them. I don't like LA Knight or Jacob. They're just not my type. I barely acknowledge them when they come on the TV, honestly. So now I think Jacob's going to be the new Roman, and that's, like you said, going to cause problems between them. So I would agree with you on that. I feel like this bloodline is going to be a crazy event.
I think it's going to crumble, to be honest. Like, we already seen it crumbling. I think it's going to continue to crumble. Solo thought by bringing in these younger ones like Jacob and the other two, Tama Tonga.
I don't disagree with you
Solo
there.
hasn't really brought enough.
No.
You know what I mean? People go wild when they see Jacob. They don't go as wild when they see Solo, sadly.
Unfortunately. Solo might be able to pull it back, but Solo needs to learn how to...
Yeah, if he comes out and he does this spear in the ring, I think he'll get people to remember who he is. Like, remember who I am.
Mm-hmm. Our next singles match is Rey Mysterio versus Chad Gable, aka El Grande Americano. Oh my God, how I hate this character.
I hate this guy so much. We all know it's you, Chad Gable. We know it's you. It's kind of like the same boring storyline with Elias and
so dumb.
Whatever the hell his name, Ezekiel.
Watch what happens. Like, some people are joking that they're gonna pull the mask off and that it's gonna be like Vince McMahon or something. It's not gonna happen. But the people have been joking about that a lot.
Or Kurt Angle, they've been saying.
Oh yeah, you know what? It could very well be Kurt Angle coming in just in that moment, not to be this character, but just to have this happen. Exactly.
Imagine they do a switcheroo. Chad Gable flies off the ring, somehow rolls underneath, and then it comes back out, and it's actually Kurt Angle. Rips off the mask, and it's Kurt Angle. And then they're like, "See, it wasn't Chad Gable."
Right. Well, I think that Rey Mysterio is going to actually have a valet for this one. I think he's going to have Dragon Lee come out with him.
Yeah.
And I also believe that because you had said this earlier about the mask.
Yep.
I think that that's what's going to happen. I feel like they're going to pull off the mask, and we're all going to be shocked when we don't see Chad Gable, but it is really Chad Gable.
I believe that Ray is just going to do the mask pulling off specifically just to like pay back because it was so disrespectful of Chad Gable, aka El Americano Grande, whatever the hell his name is, loser. Whatever he when he pulled off Dragon Lee's mask, that was super disrespectful to the Latino community for wrestling luchadors. That's terrible to do that.
And the worst fucking timing to do it.
Right, the worst timing where he couldn't even do anything about it, and it was just awful. So I think that Ray's going to give him a taste of his own medicine. Maybe rip all of his clothes off. That would be funny.
Hooray! Go Ray! Ray, we salute you. Okay, next up is going to be a match between Jade and Naomi. I mean, this has been coming for a while.
Yes. I've been waiting for Jade to come back and finally get her match against and I called this a long time ago. I talked about this, I mean, obviously to Liz only, but, and other people that I talked to in the wrestling community. But I truly believed that we were going to find out who it was that hurt Jade. And then we were going to find out, she was going to get her revenge match.
Absolutely. I fell in love with Jade the second I saw her. The second we saw her, Triple H grabbed her hand, pulled her out of the limo, and brought her in. We were like, damn, wow. She's going to be a beast.
She immediately, Storm from X-Men immediately came to mind because that's like kind of what she looked like then at that moment. And she still reminds me of that.
Yes. And I love her to death. What do you think is going to happen?
I do think that Jade's going to win her match. I do think that Jade's going to win her match. I do believe that. I also believe, though, that maybe Bianca will come out, but not for any other reason, but just to kind of be present. I don't think she's going to interfere in the match in the sense of like going Jade's way or Naomi's way to like do something to screw it for either one of them to win. I think she's going to let whoever is going to win fair and square. But at the end of the match, I do believe that she is going to do something to potentially knock both of them out. Maybe even at the same time, like get up on the ropes, jump off, and knock into both of them, something along those lines, and walk away from both of them. I feel like they're both stressing her out. She's going to turn heel in that moment. That is when Bianca's going to completely turn heel and be like, I'm doing this by myself. Deuces. It's too much pressure one way or another from Naomi being like, I would never do that. And then Jade being like, we were already friends though. Like back to her singles.
I disagree with Landen completely on this one, which is why I told you to go first. I do believe that Naomi's going to win this. I do believe that Bianca's going to come in. I think she's going to choose Naomi because to me, why wouldn't she have chosen Jade right away when Naomi did what she did? I feel like this is going to be that moment where she has to choose. It's going to make it look like she's choosing Jade, but she's not going to. She's choosing Naomi. Yes, I agree with her becoming the genuine heel, which is what we will end up seeing heavily on night 2 for her match. But I'm telling you, Bianca is going to choose her, and Jade and her are going to have this against each other, and then the story is going to shift to her.
I do believe that Jade and Bianca will eventually have a feud, and I think the feud is going to come from the fact that Bianca didn't choose either, and Jade's going to be upset, like, you didn't choose me, I didn't do anything wrong, and you see Naomi did this to me. So, like, I get why you didn't choose her, but why didn't you choose me? That's going to cause their feud, like, we were friends before this happened to me, kind of thing.
Well, we'll see what happens. I'm excited to see who's right, me or you.
We'll see.
Or maybe neither.
Can
you imagine nothing happens and nothing we'll just be sitting there like,
wow. And that has happened before.
That we'll be like, too many
we'll
times.
Come up with an amazing creative
perfect story. And then it just doesn't happen. And we're like,
botch match, and we're like, wow, we should have wrote this.
Why didn't you guys hire us?
Right, we could have come up with something way better. More. We'll see what happens.
Now that brings us to our main event for night 1, which is Roman Reigns versus CM Punk versus Seth Rollins.
This is going to be a crazy match. just because it's 3 top names going around right now. Now, in recent news,
CM Punk wants to finish his story.
Yeah, CM Punk. Well, CM Punk wants to have a story. That's really what it is.
He never gets there.
Never.
He always gets not there. That's funny.
Never. So that he can night people to sleep. But you got Roman Reigns, who is the tribal chief. In lighter news, I hate him. And then
I used to be a huge Roman fan, but anyways, I'll insert a video here of me seeing him in person. Yes, Landen and I went through that together, one of our first dates, but another story for another day.
Front row. Anyway.
Water bottles thrown at me, but anyways.
Seth Rollins being a huge name in wrestling right now. I think he's carrying the WWE for sure lately. I do think that CM Punk is going to win. Not a huge fan of CM Punk, but I'd rather him win than Roman. I'd rather Seth win than Roman. Anybody but Roman. So, doesn't really matter. But I think they're going to push CM Punk. I think they're going to finally give him a win.
I agree with you wholeheartedly on that. I think that it is going to be CM Punk for the win because CM Punk has never had a win.
Not yet, not in the WWE.
Right. And they're like looking at him like, dude, you're getting up there, so let's just give this to you. But Landen made a very interesting observation, and I'm going to get you to talk about it.
So I have observed Seth really playing on the mind of Paul Heyman. And we all know, if you're a wrestling fan and you watch this, Paul Heyman is the best chauffeur. You know, he goes with the belt. He gets the best matches. He gets the best contracts, everything. That's why he's called the wise man. That's why every name that he's
Paul Heyman guy.
Right. My name is Paul Heyman. Everybody knows Paul Heyman. I think that he also is going to buckle under the pressure, though, because I feel like Seth has really just gotten into his head with both Roman and CM Punk using him and abusing him and abusing his power. And he's going to walk away from both CM Punk, although he has to be in his corner. I feel like he's going to walk away from CM Punk and Roman. And he is either going to do one of two things. He is either going to go for Seth Rollins and then become Seth Rollins' wise man, or he's going to go in a totally another direction, the wise man for John Cena.
Ooh, interesting. I believe more to go towards the Seth theory. I'm thinking that's the direction I feel for this. Because to me, as soon as you said that, I felt this like flutteriness. I'm like, yes, ding, 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 that makes sense. But I also want to point out, because we need to talk about this too, Paul Heyman and CM Punk are going to match in their attire. I think CM Punk is going to get Paul Heyman to step outside of his normal comfort suit. Yeah. Exactly. And I feel like he's going to wear something CM Punk related.
Roman just pushed him down, and who wants to be pushed down in a suit? Like,
I think Paul's going to get hit again at some point.
He always puts himself in that.
Always. And then the other thing we want to talk about, because we have to talk about this, Seth Rollins' freaking outfit.
Seth freaking Rollins always comes out with the best costumes ever. I love his stuff. I used to be like, what the hell are you doing? But then I realized, like, he's playing a character. Absolutely. And he's got to get this character, like, you know, wearing the most craziest things, because that's just what he does.
Yeah, and you always have to step it up every time.
Every year.
Landon and I both have had the same visions. I said it, he said it, different times, of wings. We think he will have wings. I think he'll have wings everywhere too, like on his glasses, on his back. I agree, big wings for sure. I also see something glittery and really big. Like, it's just going to be this big bubble of essence.
For me, I see very similar for Seth Rollins. I think that he is going to obviously pull out all the stops. I just keep seeing like the most gigantic wings. ever on the planet. They're huge. They're like fiery color, you know, like red, orange, yellow, you know, they're going to be like phoenix wings, maybe even on fire. I don't know. I just keep seeing fiery freaking wings from him. Like,
well, it's
maybe
they'll
be a luminescent or something and make it look like they're on fire, but it's going to be crazy. He's going to have the biggest sunglasses. And I mean, like, you know, those old school clown glasses that were like ginormous. He's going to come out with something like that too. All Becky Lynch inspired like from her closet or something like that's like he took
I think this is his closet. I think she has to borrow shit from him now.
Right. Well, I think he like looks at some of her clothes and then makes stuff inspired from her closet, and he makes it more out over the top than what's really in the closet. You know, you think of like the 80s shoulder pad like things, and he's like, I kind of like that, and then make it even bigger. That's how he is.
What do we feel about any sort of surprise guests coming night one?
Oh, that's a good question.
I don't know if she's going to come out night one, but I just feel it in my heart that Becky Lynch is going to be coming back. I feel like she's going to do something, but we'll talk about what we feel will happen with her a little later.
My guess is that Alexa Bliss is going to come out. I feel like she's going to come out at the end of Tiffany and Charlotte's match.
I'd freaking die. I'm manifesting. I
think that not necessarily like she is like she came back. We already know she came back for like one time. For the Elimination Chamber, and then they were supposed to start a story with her for the Wyatt Six, but unfortunately Bo Dallas is hurt right now, so they can't really do anything. Sad. We miss you. Hope you get better, Bo Dallas. We need you back in the ring. We need the Wyatt Six back.
Oh, so bad.
So once he's healed up, so they really don't have a storyline for Alexa, so I feel like she's like, let me go in my own direction. Let me go for a belt. I haven't had a belt, and I want to start getting back into the ring. I don't want to be put back on the shelf again. You know what I mean? So I think she's going to come out, and she's going to interfere in the Tiffany and Charlotte match.
We'll see. We'll see what happens there.
Maybe come to a Sister Abigail.
Now we're moving on to night 2. I know. When we get to night 2, it's going to be so sad for sure. It is going to be almost over. It's like, no, but these matches are going to be great too. So first up, Rhea Ripley versus Bianca versus Io Sky, the champion for the belt. Hands down, I'll never go against her. Rhea Ripley.
Obviously, mommy all the way. She's going to win. Absolutely. I feel like it's bullshit that they made her give up her belt just because she had a little hurt when they don't ever do that to the men. And that's not fair. Change that shit, Triple H.
I agree with you. I do believe they took it away from her because it was like, oh, Rhea retaining. They want her to win. So for me, that last little bit, although annoying as it was that Rhea lost her belt, I do believe she's going to win as well.
Oh, she's going to win. And obviously she is, you know, this is, you know, she likes doing the brutality. I get all that. I just feel like it's not fair because they don't make certain other people have to do that.
I don't disagree with you on that at all. What I do feel, though, is that unfortunately, Io has not been doing very well. Landen thinks something's going on with her mentally. Her head's not in the game, like, messing up her moves a lot.
Yeah, I feel like she was really, really good there for a long time. And now lately, over the last couple of months, she's been missing moves. She hasn't been doing a lot of her crazy moves. And she's been screwing up a lot and almost severely hurt herself in her last match against Rhea.
Yeah, that was not good. If you guys watched it, yikes.
Almost broke her neck.
Honestly. But I do believe that Bianca is going to come out as her genuine heel. She's been wearing a lot of black. She's been wearing a lot of dark colors. She's transitioning into this period of being a heel. And I feel like she's going to come out in like black and just come out being the biggest heel ever. I think she's going to lose the EST slogan because she's no longer the bestest, the fastest, like not because she isn't, but because it's not happening. She's not winning, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So I feel like she's going to drop EST and she's going to do some new slogan as well.
Well, she's got to, because she's changing her character altogether, right? Like, we'll take, for instance, you know, Dominic Mysterio. When he first came in, he was like...
Good little boy.
He was a good little boy. He was Dominic Mysterio. Now he's Dirty Dom. Right. You know, he's taken all that other stuff away. She's got to dig deep and bring that out. I think she's going to do really good as a hero. I'm excited to see what she's going to do.
Me too. I think she is a beast, and I would like to see her take it to the next level because we know how good she is. She's a sweet energy.
Maybe she'll even keep the EST and be like, I'm the Heliest. I think she's going to come out in like some sick, like awesome, like bank robber type thing, like Bonnie and Clyde. I just see something like that. Where is she going to be like, pow, pow?
No, that's like, so cool. I would love to see something
she's like gonna do something like that.
Well, Bianca, we wish you luck. Just don't come after Rhea anymore.
That's why she can't.
Mommy's bringing it home. So
she is.
Go,
and
Mommy.
I'm happy for you, Rhea.
We are obsessed with you, girl.
Yeah. Yes, you're gonna win.
The next one will be the Intercontinental Championship match, which will be between Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, Braun Breaker, and Penta. Now, I believe, and so does Landen, that Penta is going to win this, and well deserved. We think that he is awesome. He's going to do some great things. He is going to be like level up. Him and Dragon Lee are going to be like level up Rey Mysterio. We're going to see some wicked things come out from those two. But anyways, I believe Penta's going to do that. Now, this is going to be the moment. Landen pointed this out, that Dominic Mysterio is going to do something dirty, because he's Dirty Dom, to Finn Balor. I'm thinking brass knuckles, and I feel like he's going to hit him.
I don't necessarily think he's going to do something to Finn Balor. What I think is going to happen, that is a possibility. But I think he's just going to do something in general. Maybe not necessarily to Finn, but something that's going to screw Finn over. And like Finn's going to be like doing a move, and somehow Dominic's going to come in and like, oops, like this, and it's going to fuck Finn, and then Penta's going to come in real quick and get the win, and then that's when Finn is going to attack Dominic. He's going to like, how could you do this to me? Like, grab him. Why did you do this to me? Like, and then they're going to start, he's going to punch him. He's just going to lose it. Judgment Day is going to come out in general. Carlito.
They're going to split. It's going to be like a split thing. I think Dominic's going to do it on purpose, though.
No, I think he's going to do it on purpose. Okay. Like, I think he's going to screw him on purpose, but I just don't think it's going to be specifically to Finn.
Gotcha.
Because he's going to, I feel like all of a sudden, JD Vance is going to come back.
JD Vance.
Or, I didn't say JD Vance. Got that out. JD... I do think right at the end, I think that JD McDowell is going to come back because he was Finn's best friend and he's been out for a while. It's going to drive Finn to then get pissed off.
Gotcha.
Do the demon.
Okay.
I don't know if he's going to be with JD or not. I'm not sure if he's going to, but that's when I see.
That would make more sense because he doesn't want to do the demon while he's still in the Judgment Day.
No.
Because it'll interfere with the characters.
Right. It'll interfere with that. But that's when because they're going to push Finn out. Everyone's going to basically be against Finn. JD's going to be like, I'm on your side.
And the other thing too is we can't exclude Braun Breaker from this because he is intense. If you guys did not watch.
Man, this spear that he did recently.
Wow. Good job.
Best spear I've ever seen in my life.
Honestly, but I'm thinking he's coming after Carlito specifically, and I think he's going to send Carlito over the edge, literally.
I also believe in this match, I think that Braun Breaker is going to do 3 over-the-top spears. And then he's going to turn around and be like, I can't let this go. And he's going to go running down that ring and blast Carlito, like you said, like he's going to blast him.
While he has an apple in his hand.
Right. The apple's going to go flying. The pieces of apple are going to come flying out of his mouth because he's going to be hit so fucking hard. It's going to be an explosion. Like, yeah, that's going to be crazy. That's what I think is going to happen with that.
Next match, singles match. Not looking forward to this one at all. AJ Styles versus Logan. Who?
Boo.
Right? A match that I could care less about.
No one cares.
I don't like AJ. I certainly don't like Logan.
Logan loser.
But let's predict it anyway. So we predict that Logan's going to come out in a very showboat way with a big American flag, with American cape, with an American outfit.
And I think that Logan's going to come out in an American like attire. Like whatever he comes out in normally, it's just going to be all American flag.
And I think there's going to be a car.
And he's going to have the world's biggest American flag cape, like that he could potentially be wearing. Like I'm talking big ass, like something you would see outside of like some big company. He's going to have that wrapped around him like a freaking cape, and he's going to be wearing that. So outlandish, because everybody made that
maybe even a crown on his head. Like, I just, boo.
Yeah.
I also feel like he's going to do the same thing he always does. You know, jumps on the ropes, jumps on the Spanish announcement table. He might even try to, you know, he'll have the camera, because he always has the camera there to show his followers, look what I'm doing, does it live. And then, he might even call ICE on the Spanish announcement table.
1,000%. He's going to call ICE while on the Spanish announce table, being like, I'm getting you deported.
Yeah,
we got
like
some
he's just
Spanish.
so inappropriate. Like,
so bad,
to me, there's nothing he wouldn't do. So
this is probably the only time that I will ever be like, please win AJ Styles.
For real. And you know what's crazy? AJ will not win, because Logan has it in his contract. I feel it, that he is supposed to win a lot.
Yeah, I feel like it's supposed to be, he's like supposed to win more than he's supposed to
9 out
lose.
of 10 times win type of thing. And then AJ does this thing where he comes back for one fucking match and then bounces, and then we don't see him for months on end. I think the same thing's going to happen. He's going to get injured and then bye, gone.
Until LA Knight comes to his house and beats him up again.
Which was funny. I would rather see that all day and all night than this match.
Yeah, seriously. Can we just play that for their match instead?
I would agree with that. Just cutting into Logan's entrance. Perfect.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, we need to work for WWE.
Right.
The next singles match is Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre.
This one's difficult as hell, because I love both Damian and Drew. I love both of them as singles competitors. I love them both as characters. I think they're great. But I do think that Drew's going to win. Good for Drew.
I think so too.
I think he needs this win. This is something that Drew needs. Damian wins all the time. Damian wins more than he loses, which is good for Damian, and I'm glad, because I want him to continue to win. But this match, I think he can lose. I think Drew needs it. And if Drew doesn't win this match, I have a huge feeling that he's going to walk away from the WWE if he does not win. If he doesn't win here, I think he's going to completely walk away.
I think he's going to bring out Angela. I'm excited to see her. I haven't seen her in a while.
That would be great if he does. Yeah.
I also believe that this match is going to be incredible, because these two are like equally paired. Like, I
they're
feel
both
like
big powerhouses.
Yeah, and I feel like we're going to have a very, very good match on our hands. So I'm excited about that one. So the next match is going to be in relation to the tag team champions.
So the next match we're going to talk about here is the women's tag team match for the belts, which is the champs right now. Boo, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Boo, boo, boo. Against Lyra Valkyria and Bayley. Now I feel like Bayley and Lyra are going to win.
I do too. I feel like they're going to win it too.
And I'm excited for them, because I hate Liv more than anything. I don't really have any beef with Raquel. I just wish she would stop being friends with Liv.
Right. Like, you are who you hang out with.
Right.
I feel like those two, if they don't win, we're going to start to see a rift between them.
Because that's what always happens. Like, Liv is going to be the reason they lose. She's not going to be able to do something. I feel like it's going to be Lyra against her, and Lyra's going to do a running knee that's going to knock Liv to oblivion.
Now, this match hasn't been announced yet, but there was supposed to be a Randy Orton and Kevin Owens match, but Kevin got injured and now has to have surgery. No idea what's going to happen there, but
hope you get better, Kevin.
Absolutely. But Randy
still deserves his match.
But Randy did end up, being mad at Nick Aldis.
Because Nick basically said he didn't have a match no more.
Right. So he was pissed. So I believe that Nick is going to come out and be like, Randy, you can't do that to me, blah, 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 blah. But I'm going to give you a match, but it will not be anyone you know. It'll be a surprise until that night. So no one's going to know who's coming out.
You think this is going to happen on SmackDown?
I do. I think it's going to happen on SmackDown. I think this is going to be set up. And then that's when Randy's going to find out tomorrow, basically. And then I think it's going to end up being Solo and him against each other.
I think that you're right that Nick is going to come out. I think this is going to be on SmackDown. I think Randy's going to come out. He's going to be pissed off and he's going to be like, I'm not accepting this. This is bullshit that I don't get to be in WrestleMania. I was promised a match. I won for a match. Like, I should get a match. I do agree with you. I do think Nick Aldis is going to be like, I'm going to pick your opponent. I just don't think it's going to be Solo. I do think it's going to be Nick Aldis.
Okay.
As we all know, Nick is still a current wrestler. He is still currently wrestling. He's been getting real angry. He's been getting real aggressive. Like, he's doing that man thing where he's like, yeah, who, you want to go? You want to, like, because Randy has not once, but twice RKO'd this man and has gotten away with it. And I feel like Nick is like, not anymore. Like, he's going to come out for him. So I think it's going to be Nick Aldis.
Okay. Well, I hope so. That would be great. I would enjoy that.
That would be an awesome surprise.
Our final match, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. This match is going to be mega intense. We're going to have a lot of shock values and a lot of shock moments. I think John is really going to give us a good show. So is obviously Cody. We are big Cody fans over here. So we think the two of them will give us a really great show. However, I do believe that John Cena is going to take the win on this and lose, and Cody's going to lose the belt, which is going to be sad, but I feel like it's going to happen. But
Cody has never lost, and that's what's really sad.
But the reason he's going to lose, I think there's going to be interference from Rock, because we still have that storyline of The Rock. The Rock's going to be mingled in here somewhere. So I think The Rock is going to be the reason Cody loses his belt.
And I think The Rock is going to be like, I have something you want, Cody, and I'm the final boss, and this is your final, last, only attempt.
Yeah, something's going to happen.
You're going to have to come through me, and if you go through me, you'll get the best thing you've ever seen. And then, bam.
Exactly. But that is everything we have on WrestleMania today. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to see all this come up. We're going to be glued to the television. Absolutely. I hope you guys are too. And tell us what your predictions are. We want to know. What do you think we missed out on or want to add or whatever the case may be?
Absolutely. Let us know what your guys' opinions are. We are excited to see them all. And happy WrestleMania weekend, everybody. And until next time, guys, stay freaked out.